So there's mad people keep on asking me how to correct their status. But first, y'all must understand the layout of everything and leave your emotions behind. Check it. As I always explain to y'all, everything that we do know about nationality, ethnicity, so on and so forth is a lie. And when they created the financial system, it was rigged because they used the citizens in order to transfer the funds. The big problem with that is the Black Americans are not citizens. We were left out the whole system and replaced by everyone else, which are foreigners that came from different nations. Only they are the citizens, which is property of the states. Meaning Black Americans are not property to the state. We are actually free on our own land. But since they created the system and placed all types of their shit on our land, it seems as though they own everything when they don't. And this when we go into all the contracts, they end up tricking us to signing that gives up our rights to our land. So the main reason people want to correct their status is to get rights to their property. The thing is, you're not able to own property outside of your land. For instance, Europeans, you're not supposed to be a citizen in America. You're supposed to be a citizen in Europe, in which will make you free and in their own system. But when you're in America, you are not free. You are a slave to the system because you gave up your rights when you came over here to America to work for the United States corporation. You're technically here on a quote unquote work visa. As I stated before, everyone came over here as indentured servants, and then somehow they became indentured trustees to our trust, to our funds. That's how they became the middleman to everything. And obviously, we know the middleman skims off the top. And this is why the immigration issue is so serious, because people would rather work for their own people in their lands overseas before they do what they came here to do, is work for the people that lives here in America. So instead of working for us, they decided to oppress us, steal our funds, and send it back to their home countries. And if y'all don't see no issue in that, y'all may be the problem. I said all that to say this. You cannot correct your status if you are not a true born American. But you can leave back to your home country and have a correct status. You see, the Black Americans is the only people in this whole world that has no status. Like, we can't get sent back nowhere. So when all these stolen funds that those recovered from our corrupt governments, it will be sent back to the correct countries. And then it will be distributed to all the people of that land. And they're going to do that all in order to teach everybody who they really are. And the Black Americans have been prisoners of war this whole time. And y'all will see this. Once them funds start being returned to everybody here in America, it's going to only go to the Black Americans. And that's going to make everybody wonder, why didn't we get any? Then that's when they're going to find out they do have some, but it's in their home country they have to go back to. Because there's mad people from different nations here that's technically not even legal. They're not even registered in the system. So we have millions upon millions of people that's not accounted for. And that's why they got to go back home. We all know what an RSVP means. We only got this amount of funds for this amount of people. So what we look like spreading our funds to literally 50 million plus more people. It wouldn't be fair because they can still leave and go to their countries and still get their funds. So at the end of the day, you can't correct your status if you're not in your home country. Because me, I'm a Black American. I'm in my home country, and I done showed y'all proof before that I'm not even a citizen. I'm not in the system. And that alone proves what I'm saying. And I just recently made a video talking about the digital IDs in the United Kingdom and explaining to them that they are literally doing the same thing they did to us to their own people now because I kicked out of America. The thing is, if y'all don't recognize slavery, and when you go back to your home country with those leaders, if you got one of the bad ones, they're going to try the BS on you, like I just mentioned, the digital IDs. And it's only for the citizens, the people that quote unquote lives in that country, the people of that land. But the people that's not citizens do not have to go by the same rules as the citizens, because those are the people they actually have jurisdiction over, not the people from other lands. Just like it is here. You see, the original Black Americans, since this is our land, we should only go by the laws, because the policies is only for the citizens. The police is policy enforcement. It don't say police, it says policy. So they protect the property because they're security guards for the state. And as I mentioned to y'all before, citizens are property of the state. This is why Black Americans are treated unfairly, because they're not protecting us. They're protecting them, and destroying us protects them even more. Now the deputies, they are law enforcement. Y'all can see the differences of the vehicles. It says law on the deputies, and it says policy on the police, because they're two separate entities. The deputies were elected while the police were selected. And that means the deputies have the power of the people. The police don't. So why are they interacting with the people? It's because they're helping the agenda on oppressing the Black Americans. I mean, it's so bad that the collective Black Americans literally think it's a hostile government takeover right now, when in all reality, they're saving us from the oppression we've been put through our whole fucking lives, bro. Like, when I speak on this, I feel it because I went through a bunch of shit for no reason, and I know it's just because the way I look. Shit crazy. Anyways, I hope y'all picked up what I put down. Y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Hey.